Well, here's a little something that you don't actually see every day. An SNP supporter getting arrested for tweeting something. You know, usually it's the other way around, but Scottish SNP supporter sentenced for sending threatening tweet to George Galloway. Edinburgh Sheriff Court was told the Workers' Party of Britain leader was forced to step up his personal security and inform anti-terror officers after receiving the message in May last year. That's the perpetrator there. A Scottish nationalist. This is the thing, it's so funny. Whenever anybody else you hear the word nationalist, you're like, right, okay, so obviously a right-wing conservative guy. No, not in Scotland. Not in Scotland. It's the opposite. We're one of those weird places where our nationalists are left-wing as fuck. A Scottish nationalist supporter who sent a threatening Twitter message to politician George Galloway has been ordered to carry out unpaid work in the community. Kyle Forrest, 27, sent the social media message stating, "We will get you," when Mr Galloway was standing as a candidate during last year's Scottish Parliament election. Edinburgh Sheriff Court was told the Workers' Party of Britain leader was forced to step up his personal security and inform anti-terror officers after receiving the message in May last year. That is a thing, by the way. Whenever I ran in the election, I got a visit by the police. Basically, they give you this booklet type thing where it says, here are ways that you can protect yourself, and you get the little special letterbox, like, lock type thing, but I've already got one of those. You know, it's not my first rodeo. But this is to stop people from shoving a pipe bomb or pouring petrol through your letterbox and stuff like that. So basically, the police come out and go, here's what you should do, change your routes, like stuff like that. Don't have a set routine, mix up your routine, all these things so that people can't get you. And I had police like that, and they were like, and I was supposed to report any threats or death threats that I got to them. Unfortunately, the vast majority of them were BTS stands, and the police say, sorry, there's nothing we can do about those, we only arrest people. Forrest stood trial at the Capital Court last month after denying a charge of behaving in a threatening or abusive manner by uttering a threat of violence towards Mr Galloway. Mr Galloway said he received the message, "See you, Galloway, we will get you. You understand?" from Forrest's account, which had a saltire and an Irish tricolour next to his name. He said he received the message while holding an online conversation with members of the All for Unity movement, which was formed to oppose Scottish independence. The 60, for any of you that don't know, the independence conversation is a very, very testy subject here in Scotland. It's one way to immediately divide a room. It's one of those things where everyone says, "Oh, I'm traveling to Scotland, the home of my ancestors. Is there any advice that you can give me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, don't mention the referendum. Just don't talk about it. Just don't bring it up." But if you really want a great time, you should go to a town called Lark Hall, and you should walk around shouting the phrase "Chucky Arla." It means hello, how are you in Gaelic. So remember that Lark Hall shouting "Chucky Arla." You'll have a great time. The locals will be so friendly. The 60, the 67-year-old politician told the court the message made him feel like he could be physically attacked, and said to receive it while on the campaign trail had been truly frightening. Oh yeah, the point I wanted to make. George Galloway is very famously not pro-Scottish independence, so a rather divisive character in Scotland. When asked by Fiscal Deputy Gillian Corrin how he interpreted the message, Mr Galloway said, "There is only one possible explanation, and that is, we will physically assault you. For me, this is a clear threat of violence that is possible to construct. I am a working class man who grew up on a council estate, so I know what 'we will get you' means." I mean, it's pretty universal what that phrase means. Pardon. Mr Galloway told the court he reported the incident to the police and informed a contact he has within the anti-terrorism branch of Scotland Yard. He said he continued to campaign during the election as he refused to consider surrendering to terrorism. Wasn't exactly terrorism. I mean, if it was terrorism, it was probably like the softest ever kind. Forrest told the trial he was interested in politics and had sent the threatening message on May the 3rd last year after spotting social media posts from All for Unity supporters that he believed to be racist. He said he believed the message he sent at around 9 a.m. on May the 3rd last year was not of a threatening nature, but added that he was ashamed at causing any upset to Mr. Galloway. Forrest said the message was intended to mean the Scottish National Party will beat you in the election. He added, I was being competitive, it was not of a threatening nature. Come on, man. Just at least own it. At least own it. Like, we know what it meant, right? But obviously, you're in court, you're trying to get away with it. Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Following the evidence, Forrest from Danderholm, Midlothian, was found guilty by Sheriff Peter McCormick, and sentence was deferred to Tuesday. In sentencing, the sheriff said, "You were convicted after trial of sending a Twitter message to the politician George Galloway concerning a threat of violence. I regard it an aggravation of this offence as it was directed against a politician standing in an election. It is important that people can take part in an election without the threat of violence." I absolutely agree. I agree with that statement. What happened last time? Ollie us ran. What was it that happened again? Oh yeah, that's right. You had people on TV fucking encouraging it. Forrest was sentenced to complete 120 hours of unpaid work. Forrest was found guilty of behaving in a threatening or abusive manner and did send a Twitter message to George Galloway and did utter a threat of violence on May the 3rd last year. Now, the little free speech pickle. Oh, what about threats of violence? Yeah, they should be allowed. Yeah, they should be allowed. Oh, but it made me feel fear and alarm, and I felt stress. Well, if you owned guns, you would feel less stress. Like, there's the thing is, whenever it comes to self-defense in regards to stuff like that, like threats of violence, blah blah blah. Sorry, I'm smoking these new cigarettes and I lost my train of thought. Whenever it comes to things like self-defense, the ruling is usually imminent threat. Imminent. There's a man standing in front of you with a knife. There's like someone standing in front of you with a gun. Someone's fucking trying to hit you with a trebuchet fucking 90 yards down the road. Yeah, that's a pretty imminent threat. Yep, gun out, boom, boom, bye-bye. Right, however, see if it's someone saying, I'm going send you a message on Facebook. I am going to come to your house with a trebuchet. Just give me 9 hours to fucking set it up. Trebuchets, for being portable fucking war machines, man. Jesus Christ, they took a while to set up. But that's not an imminent threat, so no, you're not allowed to defend yourself against that. However, is it a case of should you be able to then arrest the people and punish them for it? No. No, I don't think you should. And I'm someone that gets fucking threats all the time. All the time. I get constant stuff. I think I've had 2 Osmonds. I've had 2 Osmond warnings for the Yanks. That's an Osmond is because of some case for some guy called John Osmond or whatever, where he ended up getting murdered by some mafia guys because the police knew the mafia guys were targeting him, but they didn't warn him. I think that's what it was. Don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong, but it ended up becoming the Osmond warning became a thing named after the guy, and it's a case of if the police receive any intelligence that there might be an attempt on your life or an attempt to attack you, the police have to tell you. They have to come up to your house and go, "Yep, we've received intelligence. Please be careful. Make sure all your doors and windows are locked. Blah blah blah, all that usual stuff." But one of the most annoying things about the Osmond is they don't tell you who. They don't tell you who. Right, they come and go, someone's going to try and kill you. Oh my god, who? Guess, son. Right. It's like, boy, I wish I knew who it was, so I knew who to avoid. Right, but no, they don't tell you that. I mean, the 2 Osmonds I got, I know who it was. I know who it was. It rhymes with Schmantifa. Right, but yeah, so however, should you be able to make threats and not face repercussions from the police? Yep, unfortunately. That's part of freedom of speech. You can't have someone being arrested for making someone feel a feeling and all that, so yeah. Sorry. And what if you got threats? I do, all the time. I had one this morning. Read it on the train on the way into work. It's nice to... I'm currently reading the Lord of the Rings trilogy again. It's nice to... I've just got to the part in the Two Towers where Merry and Pippin hook up with Treebeard. And it was nice to break up that beautiful description of Fangorn Forest with a nice little death threat in the morning. But yeah, should be... the fact that he's been arrested, I guarantee you, me and this guy do not agree on very, 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 very many things. But... his free speech rights were violated in this case. I'm sorry. I know. However, see the people that you do actually want to worry about are the ones that are not making the threats. Those are the scary ones. Because most people that genuinely do want to hurt you, they don't warn you beforehand. I'm just saying.